guys, it's Diane and welcome to another broadcast. Tonight we are going to be talking about autophagy, funny sounding word that does some pretty amazing things for our body when we truly understand how it works and how to reap the benefit of our body being in a state where autophagy is working for us. So if you are new, my name is Diane and I help women find nutrition programs and fitness plans to help them look and feel their best and live their most authentic life. And recently, intermittent fasting has been that thing that is doing that for me. And I'm sharing that here with you today. So today we're going to be talking about autophagy and what it can do for our bodies. And if you're interested in doing any further research for yourself, there's plenty out there. Just search the word and you will see many articles written about it and all the research that they have that backs up this process. So autophagy, it's again a funny sounding word. It's kind of become my favorite word, and it's kind of a mindset that I live in now that I have really adapted intermittent fasting and have been using intermittent fasting to really change my health, and I don't know if I would say reverse the aging process, but it's definitely helping slow it down and has definitely reversed some health issues that I was having. So I'm going to go through what autophagy is really quick, and then I'll answer some questions at the end, and I'll kind of share some little insights that I have and ways that I'm using this to help me intermittent fast. Okay, so autophagy is basically a Greek word, and it means self-eating. And what that means in the fasting state is that when we are at that point of fasting, and we talk about this a lot in our intermittent fasting group, where we've burned through all those glycogen stores and we're actually in that fat burning state, that's when autophagy really turns on for us and really starts working on our behalf. And that's when our own cells go in and they sort of start attacking and eating away at all the bad stuff that's going on in our body. So when any kind of attack is coming in on our body, if we're in an autophagy type state, our cells will go in and actually kind of counteract that attack and work on our behalf and stop an attack from happening. And it's actually been proven through studies where when your body's in that state, it will actually regenerate cells and reproduce cells and kind of change them from the unhealthy state back to a healthy state. So they're doing a lot of research with cancer and autophagy and what it does for people either in a precancerous type situation or actually in a cancer type situation, and how autophagy can help even cancer patients who are going through cancer therapy or cancer treatments. And so the research is absolutely fascinating. If you're in that type of situation or you want to prevent that type of situation, then fasting can definitely be that thing that might kind of just set you up for that overall health and well-being. Another thing about autophagy that's great is it does really get us in that fat burning state. And it's because we are burned through all that glycogen, and it's also been proven to really help kind of eliminate or reverse some of those aging health issues that we have. We've talked about it a lot in our group, you know, having pre-diabetic conditions or being a type 2 diabetic, having fatigue issues, having some of those you know, kind of fat issues that we have hormonally when our hormones are out of balance and our body's kind of setting in that extra hormonal fat that we can't get rid of. All of that is reversed or taken care of when your body is in that state of autophagy. And so what I've done for me personally is, and if you girls that are in my Facebook group know that, you know, I always say that our hungry is where the magic happens. And I now kind of added on a little tail statement to that, and hungry is where the magic happens because of autophagy. And because that's really when I know my body is in a self-correcting mode, and that anything that's going on with me cellularly, anything that's going on with me in my internal systems, if I'm feeling hungry and I've been able to fast for an extended amount of time, and I can feel that burn and that ketosis kick in, then I know that my autophagy is on and it's working for me. So hungry is really that place where I now get excited and I no longer feel like it's a situation that is a negative for my body, because I know scientifically the why behind that feeling. And that's why for me it's so important to help educate women that I'm working with on the whys of what we're doing with our nutrition and the whys of what we're doing with our fitness. And to me that goes so far beyond just the exterior presentation that we have with weight loss, or how many inches did you lose, or any of those sort of cosmetic things are so superficial and so short-lived. But if you really understand these long-term health benefits of living a lifestyle of intermittent fasting, then really the stress and the disappointment of weight or weight loss, or maybe not losing weight, kind of goes by the wayside, because you're so excited and energized about the long-term effects of what something like fasting can do for you. And autophagy is that thing that we really need to understand and really appreciate. So we know that when we're burned through that glycogen, it gives an opportunity for that autophagy to kick in. And then if we add in exercise, it just turns it on into like super hyper mode, because you're actually being able to really tap in deeper into that ketosis state, and you're able to really dive deep into that fat burning state, and that, supercharges that autophagy, and that just reaps even better benefits for us as, people trying to just improve our health and reverse or slow down that aging process. And I think, and some of you in our group this month have been making comments about, the inflammation in your body is going away, and your skin is looking better, and you're sleeping better, and, even moods change when everything in your body is in balance and your body is working for you as opposed to against you. And if you think about what autophagy is doing for us in just, the cellular repair is amazing. The fact that it could possibly slow down or stop the process of cancers being produced in our bodies. What it's doing for us hormonally, the fat loss that we're finally able to obtain, what it's doing for our complexion, what it's doing for our mood. But if you were to reverse that and think about what dieting has done for us all these years, and how it's put us in this insulin resistant state where we can no longer lose weight, or if it's put us in this place where we have these negative feelings about our body or negative feelings about food, and we tend to binge and purge and do all these crazy things following someone else's diet plan that's not even really designed for us personally. And then if you think about what happens in the reverse state of autophagy, it's no wonder we're all getting sick as we age, because we're basically just halting what our body is supposed to do. And it's supposed to be able to take care of ourselves. It's supposed to repair things when they don't go the way they're supposed to go. But if we're constantly in a state where we have food and our body is having to break down that caloric process, and we never give it a break, and we never give it a chance to actually work on us and work on our own bodies in the repair end of things, then we eventually break down and we get sick. So for me, fasting has really become a thing where I concentrate on what is my body doing in the repair process. How am I healing myself? Am I at the point where I am actually truly glycogen depleted, and I can actually have my body doing the things that it needs to do for me deep down cellularly, so that I don't end up getting sick? And from my own personal experience with being able to reverse my pre-diabetic state, getting myself out of insulin resistance, and actually beginning to lose that body fat that had been trapped in my body for so long, being able to sleep better, all of those things to me are proof that if you can get yourself in a good intermittent fasting cycle that you can live with, that's not making you feel deprived, that's making you feel like you can live socially with the people around you, and you can benefit long term from all the health benefits that are going on in your body, with your body learning how to repair itself again, then why would you not want to incorporate intermittent fasting as a lifestyle and not something that's just short-lived? And one thing that I found that was very interesting in my research with intermittent fasting and anti-aging and the whole autophagy process is that you don't have to do a super extended fast to really reap the benefits of what autophagy is going to do for you. And if we go back to a couple episodes ago when we talked about like the low carb, higher fat type diet, And in no way does that mean that you have to go completely no carbs and totally go off the end in high fat, but that you have moderation in your diet and you know that the carbs that you're eating are going to be beneficial to you and they're not just going to be a bunch of empty filler kind of processed carbs. And the fats that you're going to eat are going to be real food fats. And again, not some high processed, cheesy, heavy fat meat kind of fat, but really good, heart healthy kind of fats that you can put into your body. Then we know that we can get our body in that depleted glycogen state that much faster. And so the research that I found was stating that a 12-hour fast is really beneficial and can get you into that state of your body repairing itself cellularly. You can go up to a 16-hour fast, you can go up to a 20-hour fast, but what it said specifically was that extended day fast weren't necessarily beneficial to reap these same health benefits and anti-aging benefits, which I thought was fascinating. So you don't have to go on some big 3 to 5 day water fast in order to really repair your body and help yourself deep down to that cellular level, repair something that might be going on. And the thing about cancers these days is that we generally don't know what's happening until it's almost too late. And so if we can kind of keep our body in that healthy, fighting things off state, and then not have to worry about something that's kind of settled into our body, and we're kind of going to take our chances that this science is actually true, and we're going to do this preventative measure, then why would you not want to be living a lifestyle of intermittent fasting? I know for me and my family, we're going to keep going at it. We love it. And like I said, for us, it's reversed some definite health things that we had going on. So that's kind of the basis of what autophagy is. I find it absolutely fascinating. It fires me up to be in a fat burning state. It fires me up when I know that I am feeling that hungry. And yes, hungry is where the magic happens to me. For me, it has always been there. But now it's sort of taken it to a whole new level in the fact that I know not only am I in a great fat burning state, but my body is actually fixing itself on the inside. And I think that's, the best thing. And then the anti-aging process of it all, I'll take that any day. So do you guys have any questions about autophagy or anything that I went over, or when you get to the autophagy state? And I will go over, let me look at my notes really quick too and see if there was anything that maybe I missed. And I think I just turned off your guys's, okay, there we go. Let me see if there's anything else that I missed on here. I think I got it all. So this is a, okay, let's see, what did Alan say? At what point do you, let me see if I can get my glasses. Hold on, Allison. Here we go. Okay, let's see. At what point do you notice intermittent fasting repair any issues with your body? For example, I have a rash, pretty normal of how my body reacts, and I keep putting off going to the doctor. Allison, I don't know. I would say, when you went to the doctor before for that rash, did they say what was triggering it? Was it like a food that was triggering it, or was it stress? And I'll see if she answers that. The one thing that I find fascinating about autophagy and studying intermittent fasting and what it's doing for our body is that when we're exercising and when we are in a fasted state, our body's considered to be under stress. And what I love about that is that that's putting stress as sort of a positive for us. And we always look at stress as being a negative. And if you have stressful situations in your life that causes, like a hormonal type of reaction, well, that's definitely a negative place and you don't want to be there. But the fact that, when we're in a fasted state or we're exercising and we put our body in that sort of stress mode where we react to fix ourselves, I just think that that's fascinating. And the fact that we have so many other benefits that are tied to fasting, I think just makes the whole process of having this as your lifestyle something that would just, it'd be crazy to not either just experiment with or try to incorporate for the long haul. Keeping in mind that Keep in mind too that with intermittent fasting, that keyword intermittent, and then you can also add the word flexible to it as well. So flexible intermittent fasting. And the fact that you can vary up your fasting window and your eating window depending on your lifestyle or your social activities. And so that's really what we're focusing on, you know, in our groups that I work with women and the group that we'll be working with in April, to really incorporate something that's going to be delightful for you and easy for you to manage while reaping all the health benefits associated with intermittent fasting. And a topic tonight, autophagy, and how, you know, that really does give your body a chance to just rest. You know, we've been overeating for so many years, and we've been in that whole dieting cycle for so long and so frustrated. And I know the women who reach out to me, by the time they get to me, you know, they're just done. And it's a sad place for us women to live. And I was having a conversation with someone in one of my groups today about, you know, the only regret I think I would say I had in life is that I never really appreciated the moment I was in being happy with myself. And it took me till about 50 to just go, okay, you know, I'm kind of done with dieting, and I'm kind of done with weighing myself, and I'm done with being a certain size, and I'm just going to figure out the healthiest way for me to live in the lifestyle that I want to live, with the exercise that I want to do, and the food that I want to eat, and not stress about it anymore, and really just enjoy myself and be happy with who I am. And I credit a lot of that to intermittent fasting, and the fact that I'm able to design a plan that's meant for me and nobody else. I'm not following anybody else's plan, and that's really what I emphasize in the groups that I'm working with women. It's like, figure out your plan. Like, we're going to be here to answer your questions. I'm here to help you get started. I'm here to help you get through, you know, the iffy parts of it, or, you know, the what if things. But I really find that the freedom and the flexibility of intermittent fasting, when you design it for yourself, is the answer for us women and all this dieting stuff that we are going through, and constantly feeling like we're not good enough. And you are good enough. And, you know, once you kind of fix your relationship with food and figure out a way that works for you, that makes you happy, then you can kind of start living your life. And don't wait till you're 50. Do it now. But, you know, intermittent fasting is not that thing that should really cause any kind of problems for you, because you're just changing the time in which you eat. It's not a diet. It's a timing thing. And so we're just kind of shifting our time and basically just starting with foregoing breakfast. And so that shouldn't be anything that really throws anyone off, unless, of course, like I said last night, you are taking some sort of medication, or you have a health condition that would also be doing the things that intermittent fasting is going to do for you. So if you are a pre-diabetic and you are on some sort of medicine, or you're type 2 diabetic and you are taking a prescription and you're seeing a doctor for it, you know, that's that kind of thing you want to discuss with your doctor, because intermittent fasting will, okay, cool. Because intermittent fasting will do the same thing that most medicines will do. It's going to make you healthier. Autophagy is proof that that is the case. And so if you are doing something that's going to be controlling your body outside of it controlling itself, then you want to be in contact with your physician to make sure you're not what I call double dosing, a natural effect and a medicated effect. And then you'll work with your doctor to hopefully get rid of or start to lower your dosage of your medicines, and to the point where you can actually get off of them. But that's something you have to discuss with your doctor. I'm not a doctor, and I can't advise anything on that. I just know that when I first started, I was pre-diabetic and I was insulin resistant, and I'm pretty sure there was something wrong with my thyroid, but I just didn't want to go to the doctor to have it checked out, because I didn't want to go through their series of poking and prodding and assuming I had this and assuming I had that, and go through their litany of, you know, probabilities of what was wrong with me, when I kind of knew deep down inside what it was, and I was able to fix all that and reverse it with intermittent fasting and living a healthy lifestyle and living a nutritious lifestyle and making some good food choices for myself. And so, you know, that's a personal decision and a comfort level that you have for yourself, and you know your body and you'll know what to do. But for me, I was able to reverse all of that with just intermittent fasting and eating a good solid nutrition plan. I highly recommend, researching autophagy and what it can do for you when you are intermittent fasting. I think it's absolutely fascinating, the science behind it. And I always say that when you understand the why of what you're doing, that it takes on a whole new level of, for me, fun, and it takes a lot of the pressure off, and it really helps you appreciate and understand what you're doing for your body, as opposed to following some cookie cutter plan that someone else designed that has nothing to do with you personally and has nothing to do with the way you want to live your lifestyle. And so, that's what I really aim for, is letting you be the ruler of your life and finding a plan that works for you and your lifestyle so that you can live your life happily. I love sharing this information with you, and I hope it helps you make a decision about your own health and fitness, and possibly making some changes so that you can live a more authentic life for yourself. I will be here again tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you have a burning question about intermittent fasting or nutrition, or maybe just women's health in general, definitely shoot them my way, and I will see if I can get them answered for you. If I don't have an answer, I will look up an answer for you and see if I can share it with you here. And if you are interested in joining the April Intermittent Fasting Group, make sure that you get yourself registered. Like I said, the list is growing every day, and we're going to have a large number of women, and at some point I'm going to have to cut it off. So make sure you get in before that happens. And then, like I said, I'll see you here tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks, you guys. See you later.